Hello, I am going to walk you through Module 1 for Week 5. Today, you are going to learn about the atomic bomb, which is a pretty interesting and fascinating story. And we're not going to be able to go super in depth with what the atomic bomb was or how it was made, but know that it was really the end of World War II in the Pacific. It forced Japan to surrender because of the great devastation that it caused. The US was the first country to have an atomic bomb, which is made by actually splitting an atom. But today, they are not the only country that has the atomic bomb. When you hear the phrase like nuclear weapons, an atomic bomb is a nuclear weapon, so they're similar. Today, really, the objective is that you're going to look at the U.S. dropping the bomb and seeing its impact, but then also deciding if it was necessary. So your objective is that you're going to argue if dropping the atomic bomb was justified. Justified is a word that we have used many times and we have talked about, but it's also going to be a vocab word for today, just as a refresher as well. So our essential question is, was dropping the atomic bomb justified? Today's checklist, you're going to submit this module, and then you're also going to take the mastery check on Edulastic. Okay, so let's look at the do now. So this is last week you learned about how battles in World War II were fought, and look closely at the storming of Normandy Beach, which is called D-Day. Okay, so that's the last lesson that we looked at. Directions, you're going to read this quote below and respond to the questions that follow. So this was said by Sam Kershaw in 1987, so many years after World War II ended. But he said, D-Day was the turning point in World War II. It was the United States' entrance into the European War, which meant that the war in Europe was sure to end soon. So the question that you're going to answer is, what does the author suggest is the most important impact D-Day had on World War II? You are going to use this sentence stem and just complete the sentence. Okay? Remember, you're thinking about what is the author saying, not what do you think. What is the author saying is the biggest impact of D-Day? Okay? When you are done with that, you are going to watch this video about how did World War II finally end. World War II ended in Europe, like the Nazis surrendered in Europe to the Soviet Union, Great Britain, and the US before the Japanese surrendered in the Pacific. So remember, even though the war ended in Europe, the US weren't done fighting yet. They had to go back to the Pacific Ocean and they still had to fight Japan. So you're going to watch this video to give you a little bit of background about what was happening in those years leading up to 1945. And then really look at like the dropping of the bomb and its impact. Okay, I'm going to stop this video and I will start another one for the guided practice.